Would I just do it in there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So should I still do like landing pages with WordPress or what should I do for that? Like the introduction page of me, like to go here, like who is David Eubank or like how do I do that? I do coaching, I do this. What landing page should I use?
Yeah. So if you're a serial entrepreneur, right, and you're embracing that, this is probably the best solution. Now, the landing page, are you doing meetings, paid meetings, or are you selling a service? Which one are you doing?
So I'm gonna do free consultations one-on-one, 30 minutes. So that will be like a Calendly, like a calendar request or something with Zoom. And then in addition to that, I'm gonna be booked for more information. Some type of an academy. I'm almost done building that, the Excel Church Academy, where I kind of go over. I got the workbooks, all that stuff for people to go through that say, hey, we want more. So I wanted to do coaching. I also wanted to do consulting, and then I also wanted to do courses.
Coaching, consulting, courses. Okay, three different audiences. Okay, no problem. So how I would handle this is building it right in what you're doing now because they'll get there faster. And then, like when you're doing your social media, you just tell them to go to whatever name, David Brown, davidbrown.com. Pull up
It'll
the
be
link,
David Eubank, davideubank.com.
it'll be davidubank.com.
But
Okay.
I am David Eubank, but I already connected that to Blue Tree for work.
Well, yeah, again, WordPress is not bad, man. It's just, that's probably step three in your funnel. Like if articles matter, yeah. So anyway, to do courses, where's your courses at right now?
Right now, I'm just starting to build them out.
You need a place to build them.
Yeah, I need to have a place where I can upload the video once I'm done and then upload the PDF that they need to download or the workbook.
Okay. And then for like your appointments right now, does anyone need to schedule with you?
Yes, that will be Calendly.
Okay. Can you go ahead and open your Calendly?
I mean, I think I already got that. Yeah, that's the easy part. I know how to do that. Hold on.
Can you go ahead and do that? Go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you searching on Yahoo? Awesome. Do you have a free account or do you have a paid account subscription?
I had a free.
Okay. Are you asking questions inside of your meeting appointments?
Not as of now, no.
Okay, let's go into your 30-minute meeting. Okay, great. Scroll down. Now these meetings are one-to-one.
Yeah.
Okay. Are the times correct? Scheduling meetings, settings. Oh man, so I can schedule into like September?
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 hours notice. So I can schedule something within the next 3 hours. Okay. You can make it one day, 2 days. Yep. Drop down on hours. Yeah, minimum notice. Okay. I thought you said 2 days.
I did one day.
Okay. Solid. Save and close. And then booking page options.
Um,
Yeah. So you can add a new question. Now let's talk through it if we can. Are you okay with that?
yeah.
All right. So you're live right now on YouTube. Hope you're okay with that. I'll
What's
send you
up?
some traffic, hopefully. But like if someone wanted to reach out to you, since we're live, and they're like, who's Dave? What does Dave offer in this 30-minute consult? What would you ask?
The first question I would ask is, you said when it comes to who is Dave.
Yeah, who is David Eubank?
All right, so David Eubank is a church consultant that helps churches grow their teams that in return grows their church.
That's catchy. You've been working on that.
Yes, sir. Got a conference coming up in September, Doc. I gotta sell out.
Look at you, putting your acting skills on. Um, so like, what's the first question you typically ask a new pastor? Right, they're probably gonna walk up to you after, and they're gonna say, "Hey, man, I'd love to get on your books." What would you ask first?
My first question would be, are you fat? FAT. Are you faithful, available, teachable? I feel like if you already have all the answers and know everything, I don't think that we'll be a great fit. But if you're open to becoming fat, I feel like we'll be able to help support you and get you to where you need to be. You got to be faithful to the concept and the teachings that we give you. You got to be teachable. You got to be available. So I think those three concepts are very important for any pastor or leader or anybody trying to get to the next level.
Is this your method?
It's one of my methods that I train in. But it's more so what I train the group in first is the faithful effect, being fat. How do you develop great leaders? You need fat leaders. You need leaders that are faithful, available, teachable. And I feel like with those three characteristics, your church can grow exponentially. And I also believe that your church will grow at the rate of your dream team by 4% or 4 times the amount. So we found out that if you have a dream team of 100 people, you have the capacity to have a church of 400 people. Because people that are on a dream team that love what they do, they're more than likely within that year to invite 4 people to come that will come and enjoy whatever happens. So culture is everything. And I feel like developing that dream team, the dream team is what grows your church.
Hmm. So would that be also another question that you would ask, like, hey, do you already have a dream team?
So I will call it dream team, V team. Like what do you call the people that volunteer to make it possible? Or do you, because that number there will tell me at the rate, I can tell by your dream team number or your volunteer team, the rate of the church. I can tell the burnout rate of your church. I can tell if your church is growing, if your church is stuck. So my first question is not how many members do you have? How many butts in your seat? My first question is, how many people do you have serving every week?
Ooh, that's a good one.
So then when I find out who you got serving, I find out who is happy in serving at your church. And I do that by a survey. And the survey is just going to kind of let me know a baseline. Are they happy with the system? Do they feel community? Do they feel connected? Do they understand the vision, the mission of the church? Do they understand the values? So I believe that your vision mission should be one sentence long, and I believe your values should be short and simple to the point. And I believe that when you do your Sunday morning service, 30 minutes before that service, you should get with your dream team, your V team, your whatever, and you should go, somebody should go over one of the values that y'all believe to get to a point that everybody understand the values and you guys should kind of hurdle along in that thing. And so culture is the biggest thing. And so one thing we always say, we a family. I've seen churches that do that, where friends become family. So there's not just a vision for the church, but there's a vision for my dream team because that's what I lead through. I lead through my dream team. And if I lead through my dream team will grow the church. I lead through my group leaders, and in return, they grow the groups. And so I believe that those are two funnels that a pastor, if you have to focus time in something, the most things that you should invest your time in if you want to grow is your small group leaders, which a lot of Black churches don't have. And that's a whole nother lesson for another day. And my other area is I have to be intentional about how am I growing my team? Is my team happy? Do I need to go from them serving every week to every other week? Like, what's the perfect medium? Are they getting the tools? Am I investing in the dream team? Am I feeding them? Am I doing parties every quarter? What am I doing to make sure that my dream team is healthy? Because if I build the dream team will build the church.
Build the dream team. Dream team builds the church. They used to teach us back in the day, out in Oklahoma. You got to find the core, and then the core will
Uh-huh.
grow. So then, like, how would you ask your first question?
Well, I feel my first question will really be like I shared with you, how many people do you have on your dream team, your V team? I think from there, I will look at that number and see how many of these people are faithful givers. So I believe that the giving capacity is correlated with the buy-in of the vision. So one thing that I do when I'm consulting a pastor, I want to see your leaders, your outperforming leaders, but I also want to see the ones of those leaders that are giving and giving sacrificially. And that's at every level. It ain't a dollar amount, but who is faithful in there because whatever has your heart has your treasure. So if you got people in your dream team that are not giving, there's something that you're not doing. They don't believe something. They don't trust something. There's something that has to be done. There's a teaching that needs to be done, or the vision is not being bought by the people that are serving. So I feel like that is my next question. Like, out of your top, you know, dream teamers or volunteers, how many of those are faithful in their giving?
Now, let me see how I can transfer everything you just said in the format of energy into articulating it inside of Calendly. That's hard.
There's
It's
nothing too
hard
hard for it.
because it's not hard. Like, it's not hard finding out what you're trying to find out. It's like, how do you articulate that in like one question so that you know what range they're in? It's kind of like you're building your own formula. So this would actually probably be not a one line. This may be more like a, what are you thinking? Like drop down? And then like who would you start with?
Um,
Because like if I'm thinking about doing it, the Lord has told me, and now I'm gonna go out there. Maybe I'm not the best fit. You know what I mean? Um, just spill water. But can it be zero or does it start with like 1,000?
do one, two.
You're clumsy.
You hear me?
Say it again.
So I just started off how many people, okay, let me go here. How many people serve weekly at your church?
Mhm.
1 to 50, 251 to 250, 250 to 500.
I like that question too, because it kind of cuts across the field. You don't have to get into all the nitty gritty. Like if you're running that many volunteers, like your congregation size got to be how big?
So it should be 4 times the amount. But if it's not, it gives me like, so my next question is how many people attend your church weekly?
Mm.
You see what I mean? How many people are in weekly attendance? So those two numbers should be like if you have 50, if you tell me you got 1 to 50 and you tell me you got 60 members, there's something off. We need to figure out, what that is.
Yep.
I might need to break these down a little bit more. So 5. Most of the churches that I talked to are probably back in that range. How many people do you think at Faith Outreach that have that? How many people you think weekly they would say they got serving?
Well, I would actually put 100 or more, because anything 100 or more
If
probably
maybe,
covers like your mid-size, large size.
yeah, if you got 100 or more people serving weekly, like
Means you got 4,000.
yeah, I was just at Union Church with Brandon Bullock in Charlotte, and I mean they had 350 volunteers. And out of their 350 volunteers, they're seeing 3,000 people every week. They're seeing over 300 children.
Ooh, is that another good question? I could be off, but how many children are they seeing? Or no?
Yeah, I think children shows me, I always look, that's one of the things I look at every week from Alex. When he send me a report, that's one of the things in my report is children. And I rate that because, if children don't like your services and if they want to sit in the audience with their parents, there's a problem with that. So you need um I'm having him go over to a system called Fun and Secure or Fun and Safe. He was trying to do curriculum and all that, but his children ministry wasn't growing. So I told him I want him to go to a child care model where the kids are going to be safe and they're going to go in and have a bunch of fun. They're not going to learn a lot about the Bible. They might learn the character of the Bible, but our goal and objective is when they come in to have fun, do some songs, do some dancing, do some arts and craft. But we're moving over to a child care model versus, a biblical model because our goal is fun. And so the capacity that he have of his leaders are more churchy, spiritual, sit down somewhere and do that. It's not fun because he went from 34 kids to 18 kids. So all the kids are wanting to go with their parents into the sanctuary. So, and all the kids that he had together is closer to 52. So I was just kind of wondering, why have your children ministry stayed at 17 to 18 kids over the last 7 months? And that was something that I found out that it's not fun. So he's going to start a campaign saying we're revamping the kids ministry. It's going to be safe and fun. We're getting interns from colleges that are in childhood development, and we're training them on how to create a fun environment.
So you're going into the actual program without first collecting information.
So I don't go into the
And
program,
that's kind of what happens in most sales cycles is like, let me do some information gathering first, gather. And then I can better place you and also determine value,
well,
right?
for me, I have already been out there 3 times and did the training and learned the people and learned the systems and walked the systems and did assessments and figured out where the church was and gave a grade. So for me, it was looking at that and then weekly trends for over the 6 months. And that what gave me the data that I needed to move things around. So when I moved this data around, things change. When I very first came the first time, we had 28 people in attendance and the dream team. The dream team now has grown to 74 in the last 3 months.
See, you're already overcomplicating the first step of just information gathering.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Um, because how do you know what you did for him is going to work for 100 different instances? And then what are your disqualifications of people who apply? What if they turn into someone you don't like working with? This is why we're building this out. So you can have a pre-vetting system, because as you increase your exposure, you want to send 100 different instances right here to your calendar, and then identify 5 things. You know, you could be any type of pastor. If I ask you these 5 things, I'll be able to determine if I can work with you or not. And the best way, or the next logical step, while you're on stage selling, scan this QR code, go to my calendar, and fill in the form. I can't help you unless you fill in this form. Then I can get excited about use cases that are coming through this survey that you're building right now. Right.
Okay. So I see the
Right.
direction to this. So I'll send you this when I'm complete with this. So Calendly. So in there in Calendly, can I do multiple concepts in one, or do I gotta have the new Calendly for every
Ooh.
concept that I have?
Yeah, so we could build workflow automations inside of Calendar.
Okay.
So, like, what would be question 2? How many children do you have every week?
Yeah.
Because parents have to drop off kids, and they might as well stay. Uh, If a pastor goes through here and they don't fit, you join a waiting list. That's what you make them do. You say, hey, look, you're not where I typically help, because I'm sure another question is going to be, how much do you guys fundraise every week? Okay. And so, okay, I want to work with people who are doing at least $30,000 a month. So, um, but you're the expert. And I know we're brainstorming. Does it help or does it matter how long your church has been in operation?
Um, yeah, because then you got to do re-momentum. You got to do a relaunch. If it's too old and too long, you got to redo what area do your church needs.
This is the expert. We got to get that IP out. Yelling at people. Why is he yelling at me? We just met.
Okay.
Nice.
Question. So I got 8 questions. I reformat them once I get through ChatGPT to make them better. But how many people serve weekly at your church? How many children are attending weekly? What is your weekly attendance? What is your weekly giving? What area do your church needs the most help? How many years have your church been in existence? What is your new member process? And do your church do Bible studies or small groups?
Okay. What do you want to happen as soon as they press submit? Because there's one more question in there, booking page.
Huh?
Way down. Links on your confirmation page. So I think you can turn that on.
Where?
Right. Edit. Okay. Cool. They cancel. You say, hey, go back to the same calendar, reschedule. Or book meeting number 2 while I have you on the meeting before I let you off.
So the first one should be free, and then I should start charging.
Okay.
So once I'm on there, I'm gonna change it to an hour and then do like a 150 per hour kind of concept. So they have to pay the 150 before I link with them. Because stage 2 will be developing a plan based off the information they gave to go over what our system can provide for them and why they need our service. And we have 3 packages. Which one would they like? And I'm charging you toward that. And if you go with one of our packages, the money that I charge you for that hour will be applied toward the package. If not, I gave you some good advice and I got $150. Bishop Peoples.
Raise your value.
Now wasting my time.
Raise your value. Free. First one is free. That's your offer. By the way.
So like now, how do I get to a place? And I gotta let you go soon because I got this big event tomorrow. But like now, how do I get to the place of charging? Huh?
Well, there's 2 ways you can do this. There is collect payment here, right? But this one is free. Or you can put a product link right here, add custom link,
Okay.
and then that custom link can go to your Square.
And then in Square, so I'm using Square as my place for everything. If somebody say, hey, I want you to come out and do a mini intensive or a leadership intensive or a group leader thing or whatever, I just build whatever I need to do it in Canva, put it on Square,
Yep.
and boom. And okay.
So yeah, you'll cancel this.
Now, how do I develop an email list? Like, how do I do a one pager, like to develop an email list by giving out a free resource to the pastors and leaders that do come so I can start building an email list to start selling and stuff?
Yeah, go ahead and click here. X. In here should be confirmation. Oh, again, you got to upgrade. I think it's worth it. It's only $12, but in there you can customize what they see next, which could be a PDF that they have to download. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Oh, but inside of Calendly, they have to leave an email. And I would get access to all the emails of people that have booked an appointment with me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to get access to all those. Calendly has a contact center. So let's go ahead and click the X. Let's save this for now. And go ahead and grab the link. And then pop it on your link tree. Yeah. And then you'll want to download the app for Calendly because you can operate your calendar from your phone. So
What's it called? A free what? Consulting? Schedule a free.
discovery call. Or discovery meeting. Cook it.
Huh?
Cook it.
Like what?
No, like you're cooking right now. You're cooking with grease. So I mean, like this is frictionless, you know. Um, and you can also do this from your phone. You don't
So
have
what do
to.
you do with your thumbnail?
You can go into Canva and you can create a custom thumbnail, right? Or you could use whatever they have.
Or how do I save it?
It's saved.
I don't see it over here.
Oh, dude. Uh, schedule. Disable and enable. No, re-enable. Yeah.
It ain't doing it.
Hmm. Is there a space? Is there a space in that link?
No.
Hmm. What did you do? Try to disable one of the others like this one.
I'll fix it.
I think there's a space in there or something in the link. I could be wrong, but or what about at the beginning? Uh, eh, I don't know. But you can also go go ahead and download the app. That way you can do this on the fly.
Okay. There's something wrong with
Oh,
that top.
there it goes. Oh, yeah, we got to replace those with your square.
Got you.
And then like one last thing, go back there to
Huh?
your Linktree. Go back to Linktree. Yeah. Click on the shop. Boom. Boom. So that would be their experience, right? So And so while you have people on the meeting, after going to your calendar, you sell them on the meeting. You say, open your phone, go ahead and go to my link tree, click on shop. And then your coaching are paid meetings.
Yep.
Okay. So we could set up paid meetings inside of Calendly, and we can put an increment. So if they're only scheduling 8 meetings, you can put it there, or you can make one in Square. Frictionless. So you're trying to sell tickets. Is that right?
I've always went through Eventbrite. That's where I kind of started this one that I'm doing. But I guess I could just have the Eventbrite link inside of the link tree.
Eventbrite. Yeah.
I was just seeing what Square had because they have Event Office and just start trying to do everything through there. The thing I like about Eventbrite is that the thing I like about Square is that you get access to your money right away. With Eventbrite, you have to wait for 3 weeks to get funds. So if you got people to pay out or a building to pay for, you're waiting on your money. They're reinvesting your money in something else. So I don't like that. So I might try Event Office and see how that is since it's connected to Square and I will get my funds quicker.
Makes sense. For now, you'll have, some stop gaps, but at least we covered the gap.
Yeah, you did a great job. Thank you. I'm still gonna learn WordPress though for SEO.
Yeah, once you're there, right?
Yeah,
But it's a lot of work.
yeah, it is. You told me that was the first thing I've ever learned from you.
SEO is not sexy, but when it works, you win.
Well,
All right,
Squarespace and all that have did the job of getting all that together. The only thing is that you find is that the cost of what it charges you versus with WordPress, you're able to do backslash, backslash, backslash. So like all my books, all my different things, I don't need a new website for it, even if I had a domain name that pushed towards